Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing the moon exactly where it has always been. For billions of people, the moon is one of the most familiar objects in the sky. But what if, without any warning, it suddenly vanished completely? No explosion, no sound, and no trace left behind. The first thing you would notice is a much darker night sky. Entire landscapes would instantly lose one of their brightest natural light sources. From space, Earth would suddenly appear alone without its closest celestial companion. The moon's orbit would become an empty path circling our planet. Scientists and astronomers everywhere would immediately start searching for answers. But the real consequences would only be beginning. During the first night, most people would simply notice that something feels strangely different. Without moonlight, many areas would become significantly darker than usual after sunset. Cities would still have artificial lights, but nature would immediately feel unfamiliar. Remote locations would experience some of the darkest nights in modern history. Many nocturnal animals rely on moonlight to hunt, navigate, and survive. Some species could become confused almost immediately after the moon disappears. At first glance, Earth's oceans might appear completely normal, but hidden beneath the surface, larger changes would already be starting. The moon's gravity constantly pulls on Earth's oceans every single day, and now that powerful force would suddenly be gone forever. One of the moon's most important jobs is controlling much of Earth's ocean tides. Without the moon, that gravitational pull would disappear in an instant. Tides would not vanish completely, but they would become dramatically weaker. Coastal regions around the world would begin experiencing unusual changes. Harbors, beaches, and tidal ecosystems would slowly start behaving differently. Communities that depend on predictable tides could face unexpected challenges. The effects would not be limited to one country or one ocean. The sun would still influence Earth's tides, but much less effectively. Scientists estimate that many tides could become significantly smaller than today, and this would only be the first major consequence of losing the moon. The disappearance of the moon would affect far more than just the oceans. Entire coastal ecosystems depend on tidal cycles that have existed for millions of years. Many marine species rely on these regular changes to feed and reproduce. Even small disruptions could ripple through complex food chains. Some animals use moonlight as a natural guide during important life events. Without it, certain species could become disoriented during nighttime activities. Migration patterns that evolved over countless generations might begin to change. Scientists would closely monitor ecosystems across the planet for unexpected effects. Some changes would be subtle, while others could become increasingly noticeable over time. And the longer the moon remained missing, the more consequences would appear. The moon does more than create tides and brighten our nights. It also helps stabilize the tilt of Earth's rotational axis. For billions of years, the moon has acted like a giant balancing system. Without it, Earth's axis could become far less stable over time. The change would not happen overnight, but it could become significant. The stability provided by the moon helps keep Earth's seasons relatively predictable. Earth's tilt could fluctuate much more dramatically across long periods of time. Some regions could experience larger climate shifts than scientists currently observe. These effects would unfold over thousands or even millions of years. In other words, losing the moon could slowly reshape the future of our planet. Beyond the scientific effects, humanity would lose something that has always been part of our sky. There would be no more full moons, crescent moons, or lunar eclipses. Future generations might grow up never seeing the moon at all. For many people, the disappearance would feel deeply unsettling and emotional. Astronomers would spend years searching for an explanation behind the mystery. The moon has inspired stories, myths, calendars, and cultures throughout human history. Its sudden absence would leave a noticeable gap in human civilization and imagination. Earth would continue orbiting the sun, but something familiar would be missing forever. Our planet would seem a little lonelier in the vast darkness of space. And the biggest question would remain, what happens next for Earth without its moon?
Surprisingly, Earth would not be destroyed if the moon suddenly disappeared overnight. Life would continue, but many familiar systems would begin changing in unexpected ways. Weaker tides, disrupted ecosystems, and long-term climate effects would slowly reshape the planet. Some consequences would appear quickly, while others could take thousands of years to unfold. Humanity would adapt, just as it has adapted to countless challenges throughout history. Yet every night, people would look up and notice something important was missing. The moon may seem ordinary, but it plays a remarkable role in Earth's story. Without it, our world would be very different from the one we know today. And that raises an even bigger question about our place in the universe. If the moon disappeared tomorrow, what would be the next thing to change?